One big question for these.
All right, yeah.
Hello.
Characterization, not impersonation. I've seen the film. How did you get your Hank?
You know, it's a strange process of osmosis. You start out with an idea, with a silhouette, and you're trying to step into that silhouette and inhabit it. Sometimes it's a little bit of academic research, reading biographies and finding out what people said about him and how he lived. It's listening to the music. It's coming to Nashville, training with Rodney Crowell. It's dyeing my hair black, wearing some brown contact lenses, wearing some fringe and some nudie suits. Really working on my rhythm, really working on my voice, and mastering the yodel. You know, there comes a time in a man's life when he is called upon to yodel, and for some it occurs later than others. For me, it happened when I was 33, but I enjoyed it, and yeah, it was a pleasure from start to finish. A big turning point for me was when Hank used to release records under the name of Luke the Drifter, which were recitations, they were poetical recitations. They weren't really songs, and they were very mournful and sad. And I was listening to an album of his Luke the Drifter recordings, which are much less well known than his greatest hits. And I started imitating the rhythm of the way. He almost sounds like a kind of soul-saving preacher. He intones these poems. I started imitating it, and then eventually I just took my headphones off and I started doing it, and I realized I'd found a speaking voice, and that was the key for me. I sort of locked onto him. I wasn't letting go at that point.
Really sorry, guys. We have to continue. I'm really sorry.
One key question for you: with Mark Ruffalo joining Thor 3, do you think there might be a chance at Loki's redemption with that pure God moment from Avengers?
I don't know anything about it yet, man.
Okay,
we'll see.
Thank you, guys.
How come you find so many faults with me? Somebody's changed, so let me give you a clue. Why don't you love me like you used to do? I ain't had